Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we got a little review. A little review? Little review. How big is that? 1 inch? 2 inch? I don't know. It's this one. This is the Kershaw Diode. It's, Nikes. It's a little one. I was checking this out the other day. You saw my unboxing. Came in this cool little packaging. And it's kind of a drop point, or even maybe like a mini buoy blade. I don't even know. So let's check this bad boy out, and let me read you off some specs, and we'll get into this fun little guy review. Sometimes it's just little knives make sense. We'll see. All right. So the Kershaw Diode. The Kershaw Diode overall length is 4.5 inches. The blade length is 1.6 inches long. The blade width is 0.75 inches thick at the thickest part, like from there to there. And the blade thickness is 0.09 inches thick. The handle length is 2.5 inches long. The handle width is 0.62 inches from top to bottom. And the handle thickness is 0.37 inches thick, and the overall weight is 1.1 ounces. 1.1, which honestly for a knife this size it's kind of a lot, but that's because it has kind of a multi-purpose tool feature. Alright, so going into this knife, it's pretty cool, strange looking little knife. It's definitely meant for like maybe a keychain or basically a keychain knife. There are no thumb studs on it, and you just kind of have this milled out area on the one side for like right-handed deployment. And then the other side has kind of a high hollow grind. But because this has that cutout in it, it kind of makes the hollow grind on the other side a little bit more, how do you say it? More steep, or it comes in quicker. You can definitely notice it, we'll say. There is no thumb studs. There's jimping on the top. And the blade shape's kind of, like I said, a drop point. It does kind of give me kind of a little bit of a clip point there because it goes kind of straight. But either way, I kind of like the fact that it looks like more of a beefier knife blade, but it's on such a small handle. There's a little bit of ricasso there. Barely, and the blade steel on this is 3CR13. So it is cheaper, but this is a cheap knife. I think at the time of this video, I bought it for about $12. And the thing that really intrigued me was the tool on the end. So going in the handle, it's an FRN handle. It is a liner lock, so it is a locking blade, which is cool. And honestly, I do appreciate the thickness of it, so it does give you a little bit more in hand when you're holding it. And there are some cutouts on there just to add look or style, similar to kind of like the what is it? Oh yeah, the mixtape. I think that was part of like the design in some of these knives that came out this last year or this year. I love the mixtape. This knife's sweet. So like I said, this multi-tool is kind of the big deal for me because I love small knives with flat heads on them, and I'm a sucker for them. So when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of like, they have the Shuffle. The Shuffle 2 is a little bit bigger. They have the, so I kind of thought of this as like the mini Shuffle. And Kershaw's kind of been knocking it out of the park with smaller knives that have like a pry bar or a flathead tip on it. And here's the Kershaw Antic. I don't have a Kershaw Shuffle to show you, but they all basically had a flat head, flat tip on it. And I find these very handy for especially being a YouTuber and just having around, because there's always things you need to kind of pry off or lift, whether it's a pop can tab or I use them a lot for my tripod mounts because they have a wide flathead. So this is none the different. The only thing, there is no pocket clip on it, So it does sit at the bottom of your pocket, but I tend to put it in my coin pocket, and it fits real nicely there. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could also put it on a keychain. As far as using it, it's a nice little knife. It'll get you through opening a box and like cutting maybe duct tape or string or something. I suppose if you want to try to put it in a survival kit, I could probably survive with it for a little bit. And if you guys want to see me try to do some survival with this, maybe start a fire, leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up, and I will try to do that. The title will be Making a Fire with the Tiny Knife. No. But two, Kershaw also does a really good job with these smaller knives. Now, this is the Rick Hinder design Cinder, and this is another thing that it reminded me a lot of. They're just kind of killing it. I like how they skeletonized the liner lock there, and it adds style. I will say the grip is definitely better on the Cinder here. But another unique, cool little knife, a little bit of a multi-tool. And honestly, I thought they could have made this into a tiny little flathead, but that's where you hook your keychain and you got a bottle opener. But I dig it. I do like these small knives with small tools. So, definitely a winner too for this Cinder. I need to do a video review of this too. So yeah, I guess we'll do a comparison with that since it's out here. I don't have any other like super tiny knives that are present. I guess I could do this thing. Well, that's kind of big. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. We'll just throw that out there. I don't even know what this knife is called, but this is like a survival tool knife, which I would recommend as like a beginner knife, but we'll get into that another time. So as you can see, size-wise, blade length-wise, it's actually pretty close. Well, not pretty close, but close enough to whatchamacallit, antique. Blade wise, this is about a half an inch bigger, and it's about a quarter inch bigger than the Cinder. Handle length, really similar to the Cinder. They both have their extended tools, and obviously anytime there's extended tools at the end, it's going to make the knife handle longer. So you got the ring with the flathead, the bottle opener, and this is an emergency whistle. So yeah. Blade length, well actually we'll do comparisons of the blades. Boom. This is thinner stock, so it's actually thicker than this little knife. About the same with the Cinder. I do like that there's jimping on there. It actually does help. Cinder is a great little knife though. And then obviously the Antique's going to be thicker. Definitely heavier. So yeah guys, there's some jimping back here too, which I like. So the jimping on the knife is pretty sweet. And on the back here, just so you have something a little bit if you are trying to screw in something or trying to pry. It actually does kind of catch you enough to hold it, so not bad. Yeah. Oh, and honestly, the liners and the liner lock are actually recessed into this FRN, so that's actually a nice little touch. I do like it when it's cleaned up like that. That was kind of the most impressive thing when I first got a PM2, was to see how the liners are recessed in. Just makes the handles thinner, the handle width thinner, and just gives it a cleaner look, so I do appreciate it. And it's pretty cool that it's on such a small knife. My biggest ding with this knife, I'd have to say, is the cutout for deploying it. I wish they would have made an actual, like, all the way through a cutout hole rather than just kind of a milled out area, because it's not very sharp and it's kind of slips off. The liner lock works really well, but I wish there was either a thumb stud or a full hole to open it up. That being said, here comes the real test, the ugly brown glove test. Like I said, not as much texture like as on the Cinder. Cinder is much more grippier. This, I mean, it's not the worst. It's better than, aluminum scales, but it could be better. So there you go. I opened it. I was kind of surprised with that. The jimping does actually feel pretty good on there, and that finger choil right there actually kind of locks the blade in. So pretty good. I can access the line lock, and boom. So I'm actually pretty surprised that I'm able to do this. So I guess, you know, it's functional and it works that in that capacity, and I'm able to do it with my glove. And then as far as pinching here to use the flathead, those holes actually work as divots that your fingertips, my finger and my thumb, can actually sink in. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. Oh, that's actually really good. So there you go. Does it pass? Yes, it does pass. I'm a little unsure, but I would give it a B minus. I'm giving it a B minus. So there you have it, guys. That is the Kershaw Diode. If you're looking for just a nice little knife that you can keep in a first aid kit, or in the car, or in a purse, or in a pocket, coin pocket, definitely check this one out. Remember, there's no pocket clip, but this will definitely get the job done. And if you're a photographer looking for a flathead, definitely check this guy out. Only 12 bucks. So, all right, guys. So please check out my other videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what knife you like to keep in your coin pocket, if that's the case. And also let me know if you like knives with flatheads or pry bars on the bottom. Thank you, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you outside. Peace.